Om Gurubhyo Namaha. I'm Diya Sharma, and once again I welcome you to my YouTube channel Advait Vedanta Darshan for All. In the last video, we came to know about why we should study the Bhagavad Gita, and we concluded that it is Bhagavad Gita alone which helps us realize our true nature of Sat, Chit, and Anand. Today we will be talking about some more reasons to study the Bhagavad Gita. One of the very basic reasons why we should study the Bhagavad Gita is that it is an easy text. It is a text that everyone can relate to, whether it is a student, whether it is a businessman, whether it is a politician, a housewife, everyone can relate to this text. The second reason is that it's not easy for everyone to go through the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras, and the Puranas. So Bhagavad Gita is one text which is consolidated. It summarizes the entire teachings of all these texts, and therefore you get the gist of the best. So that's another reason why you should be studying the Bhagavad Gita. One more reason is that the Bhagavad Gita is a text that talks about universal welfare, universal well-being, cosmic harmony, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. It talks about the world being one family, and there is no other text like this. So, when you read the Bhagavad Gita, not just you transform, but the world around you transforms, and thus you start seeing all beings, not just human beings, but you start seeing all beings in a different light. You start seeing that divinity in even an ant. You start seeing that divinity in a dog. You start seeing that divinity in the entire cosmos. So that's one reason why you should be studying the Bhagavad Gita. Also, the Bhagavad Gita allows you, promotes you, and encourages you to ask questions. Not once did Sri Krishna stop Arjun from questioning. Arjun questioned Sri Krishna about everything from life, death, all forms of living beings, about disillusionment, about illusion, about love. Bhagavad Gita is one text which does not give you any sort of commands. It does not say that, okay, that is the word of God and that is what you are meant to follow. It tells you to question, for where there are questions, there will be answers. If there are no questions, there won't be any answers. So that's one reason why you should be studying the Bhagavad Gita. What are the other reasons that you should be studying the Bhagavad Gita? Yes, Bhagavad Gita gives you a to-the-point solution to all your questions and queries. It does not beat around the bush. No matter what questions you have, you will get all the answers in the Bhagavad Gita. It is not for nothing that Mahatma Gandhi said that I find all my answers in the Bhagavad Gita. The second thing is that Bhagavad Gita, unlike all other texts of the world, where you're given a command and you're supposed to follow it, Bhagavad Gita does not do that. After giving you the entire wisdom of the entire cosmos, it says that, look, this is what I have given you, and I leave everything to you. It is for you to decide. It gives you the freedom to decide, but at the same time it gives you the discriminating vision to elect that which is going to be dharmic, which is going to be right, which is going to be moral, which is going to be ethical, which is going to be in the for the welfare of all lives and all beings. So that is one reason why we should be studying the Bhagavad Gita. Another thing, the kind of structure that the Bhagavad Gita follows is the same structure which is there in the Vedas. So it'll be very interesting for you to know that the Vedas talk about paravidya and aparavidya, which means it talks about knowledge of the material world and also the knowledge of the ultimate reality. It is unfortunate that today, our education system is only limited to the material world, but does not at all talk about trans material. It does not talk about that which is beyond material. Now the Vedas also talks about enhancing three things. The first thing is information. Information is gained by our senses. We see things and learn, we hear things and learn, we touch and learn, we read and learn. And in this entire process, there is an involvement of not just our it's not just our seeing and hearing that is involved, but also our mind is involved. The second thing is development of skill. The Vedas have greatly stressed upon improvement of your skills. Every time you practice, you become better at what you are doing. So we spoke about information, we spoke about skill, and today's world is only limited to this. So we do not go beyond this, but the Veda stresses on that which lies beyond. So after gaining the wisdom, the knowledge of the material world, the Vedas promote you, the Vedas encourage you to go beyond the material and understand that which lies beyond. It tells you to search for that which is beyond physics, which is metaphysics, and that is stressed upon in the Bhagavad Gita also. We'll be talking more about Bhagavad Gita in the next video, the real video from where the Bhagavad Gita is going to start. We'll understand how many verses are there any parts in Bhagavad Gita, who wrote the Bhagavad Gita, how in 18 days was such a long text spoken of, so on and so forth. So stay tuned to my channel, and I hope to see you again. Thank you so much. Keep writing and giving your feedback. Om Gurubhyo Namaha.